Celebrating 65 years as your hometown news station. This is KHQ Local News at 5.
The day started just like we knew it would.
Well, we've got a messy forecast on the way.
But when the snow fell and the ground froze, cars started sliding all over the place.
We brought it to you in a live update.
The city pushed out that there is a stage 1 snow event.
Right now, a break from the snow, but don't get comfortable. It won't last long. And good evening to you. I'm Dan Kleckner.
I'm Stephanie Vigil. You see our weather center behind us. It's the focus of our newsroom because, well, that's our focus tonight.
Yeah, big team coverage begins right now. Our crews are spread out across the region. We begin with a look at when the snow is expected to pick back up. Blake.
Yeah, well, actually moving in a little bit quicker than it was looking like earlier today. Round 2 is now getting underway in the Spokane area. We had a brief little window there the last couple of hours, but now the next round moving in, and you can see it right there. Snow all across the Columbia Basin moving in from the southwest to the northeast, and I'm going to stop it down right there. That gives you a current look at that radar picture, and we're seeing snow basically from I-90 north. We are starting to see a little bit of a transition further south. This is what's making this forecast so tricky, is that warmer air is working its way in and kind of turning this over to sleet and a rain snow mix over portions of the Blue Mountains and into the Palouse, and that will continue to transition through the night tonight. But no end in sight. We're going to continue to see all this moisture streaming through the rest of the evening, and the interesting thing here too is that as that warmer air moves in, temperatures probably going to keep warming up overnight tonight. So snow showers continuing through the 11 o'clock hour. Temperatures warming up to 27 degrees by that point. Warmer air in place by tomorrow turns it over to a rain snow mix. We'll be tracking that as well as taking a look at all the advisories and warnings that are in place for our region because of this snow when I see you in a few minutes. But right now, Ryan Overton in the KHQ Weather Center. Ryan, you've been taking a look while we've been getting snow down here up in the mountains as well for people traveling.
Yeah, it's been really bad no matter where you've been. Just updated though, the good news is Snoqualmie Pass traction tires now required chains on oversized vehicles. So as we head into the weekend, these are going to be the places that actually get hit the hardest. Snoqualmie Pass, as I mentioned, compact snow and ice. Up at the summit, they are seeing blowing and drifting snow, and that's expected to continue over the next couple of days. Those drive times right now taking nearly 30 minutes longer than normal from Ellensburg into North Bend if you're headed westbound. Same if you're headed eastbound as well. Snoqualmie, best time to travel is going to be the middle part of the day on Saturday. Lookout Pass, well, it's not getting much better. Heavy snow continues to fall, and they're warning as well of blowing and drifting snow along the roadways. Chains required on oversized vehicles. Winter storm watch is in effect until 5 p.m. on Monday. So those wanting to travel, I have 2 words for you. Stay safe, because unfortunately there's not going to be much improvement. Dan, Stephanie?
All right, well, this afternoon was crash after crash after crash, and this one on Interstate 93 miles west of Spokane, back traffic for miles.
Only minor injuries, but crews were there clearing the scene for more than 2 hours. And tonight, team coverage on the roads. We begin with Interstate 90. That's where we find KHQ local news reporter Andrea Olson. Andrea?
Yeah, Dan and Steph, there's honestly been so many slide-offs out here since my photographer and I have been driving out here in the morning through the afternoon on this interstate. We've witnessed multiple, over a dozen slide-offs. Now, I do want to show you some video. We actually were able to talk to one woman who slid off of the side of the road. This is over in Cheney near Meadow Lane Road. She says she was unable to make it to work on time because of this. After a driver in front of her crashed, she tried to stop, and it created a chain reaction of slide-offs behind her. A tow truck came to grab her out of her car and out of this ditch. Thankfully, she is okay.
Everybody went sliding. I saw about 3 people go off right behind me, and they ran into each other. And luckily, no one was hurt. I was so scared. I was so scared.
Now, her car is damaged, but her airbags did not go off. She didn't need to get checked out by medical crews. Now, you seriously want to be careful out here if you are driving. We also saw traffic backed up on Sunset Boulevard because a car crashed into a guardrail. Now, you really do want to drive slowly out here. This is not a joke. It is really slick out on these roads, and crews are working to clear these roads out here. Reporting live in Spokane tonight, Andrea Olson, KHQ Local News.
Yeah, a lot more cars because of the 5 o'clock hour. She's not kidding. It was so bad today, so icy. Washington State Patrol Trooper Jeff Seveny has been out in it all day, and unfortunately, we learned that it turned tragic. A 20-year-old man died in a Highway 195 crash just north of Colfax. Trooper?
Yeah, and unfortunately, that was the most serious collision that we investigated today, just south of Rosalia on State Route 195, which is now open after that earlier car versus semi-fatal crash that happened just after 10 o'clock this morning. As your reporter indicated, numerous crashes today. As of 2:30, we were at 80. I'm guessing we're probably pushing 100 by now.
All right, thank you, Trooper Jeff. So 80-plus crashes in Spokane since early this morning. Not all those accidents happened on highways, as you can see from this picture. This was tweeted by Corinne, who works right here at KHQ. This is the aftermath of a semi and car that collided in Brown's Addition, causing that street to be blocked for a while. And we took to the streets today and drove around downtown Spokane. This is video from that, taken about 2 o'clock this afternoon. KHQ local news reporter Joe McHale has been out in the elements. You're live right now at 7th and Stevens, which was shut down earlier today.
Yeah, Dan, it was shut down earlier today, but as you can see right now, cars are making their way through. It's a little deceiving because of that barrier, but I have been told by the city of Spokane about an hour ago they did reopen this road. And here's some video of why. There was a few plows that made it up this slick and slippery hill earlier today, clearing it, making it more safe for commuters. But earlier it did cause a lot of problems for school buses. I was at Roosevelt Elementary School earlier today, and buses were late because of some of the closed and slippery roads. I also spoke with parents who had to give a phone call and let them know that they're going to be a little late picking their kids up.
Oh, we came from Cheney. We passed about 3 wrecks on the road, and it was slow going, that's for sure.
I spent all day on the South Hill, and the only word really to describe it is a mess. So if you're going out tonight, definitely be very, very careful. Right now, Stevens, again, is reopened, but Monroe could be closing. I'm going to explain. Actually, I'll show you why coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. Reporting live in Spokane, Joe McHale, KHQ Local News.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Well, right now, the city of Spokane is at a Stage 1 snow event. What does that mean for us? Well, you need to move your cars to the even side of the street by 10 p.m. tonight. The city's goal is to finish a full plow in under 48 hours. KHQ local news reporter Patrick Erickson is joining us now. And Patrick, you've been tracking their progress all day.
Yeah, I've been in contact with the city of Spokane all day long. They actually called that Stage 1 just before 12 o'clock this afternoon. They wanted to get out ahead of this storm. They knew what was coming, so they wanted to make sure that they were ready. They have every piece of equipment they have available out now on the roadways. That includes 53 pieces of equipment now that are working on what they call the Priority 1, which is the snow emergency routes that include the major arterials, the hospital district, and STA bus routes. Those are the ones they're concentrating on now before they start hitting some of those secondary arterials and some of the side streets. But right now, that focus is getting as much snow off of the road as possible. We're up north here in Spokane, just between Wellesley and Garland. As you can see, still a lot of snow on the roadway as we speak. They're trying to get that light, fluffy snow that's been falling all day long off of the roadway before it becomes compact. And when the weather gets a little bit warmer, that's when it starts to get a little bit packed in. And then if the weather drops again, the temperature drops, well, that's when you get ice. That's why they're wanting to get out ahead of this. And again, if you have a car in the city of Spokane, it should be moved to the even side of the road, like you said, Steph. And they're hoping to get this Stage 1 plow done in the next 2 days. And again, if you have that car, move it to the even side of the street. They're hoping to get all of those done by 10 o'clock tonight. Reporting live, Patrick Erickson, KHQ Local News.
All right, Patrick, thank you. Be safe out there. Right now, flights are being delayed due to the weather. At Spokane International, flights to Portland, Boise, and Seattle have been delayed by 1 to 2 hours. Of course, we'll keep tracking flights, and we'll let you know if anything changes.